We have a very strict diet of this year of just milk and cookies.
Hello, and welcome to a special Christmas episode of Unsafe Space. My name is Keri Smith. I'm here with my co-host, Carter Laren, who's looking 90% more festive than usual. And true. That's because it's a special occasion. We are here with a very special guest, Mark DaGrossa, who is a real beard Santa. Hello, Santa. How are you?
Merry Christmas. I'm great. How are you guys?
Great. You look fabulous. I love that you came in your full Santa gear.
I laid the sleds outside. The reindeer just waiting on me. So, yeah, got all the time in the world for you guys.
Well, thank you, Santa.
Yeah. Mark, can you tell me a little bit about the reason I wanted to talk to a real beard Santa is because I happen to run into a lot of you guys like randomly at the supermarket and different places. Maybe because I live in Texas, maybe there's more real beard Santas here, but I ran into one in California who does a wine tour business, and he drives people around in his Santa mobile to wineries. And I just wanted to talk. I wanted to find out how did you become a real beard Santa, and what does that entail?
Well, it started about 6 or 7 years ago. Before I was a real beard Santa, I was on the fire department here in my city, and of course I had to shave all the time. So on my last day of that, I said, you know what? My job, my career doesn't need me to shave. I'm never going to shave again. There's no reason to shave again. So of course this happened. And then, I've always been, in tune with the little ones and just enjoyed, kids all around and everything. So of course, the belly's real too. So it just, become a natural transition from doing whatever to becoming a real beard Santa. And then I got my first outing, my first dipping my toes into it. I had Mrs. Claus paint my beard. So she had a little brush and she was painting the beard. So after a year of that, I said, well, you either need to commit or not commit. So we decided to jump in, and I get the bleaching done a couple of times. October, November, start bleaching the process. It takes at least two rounds of hardcore bleaching to get to a nice color. And so then of course, you get the suits and all the accessories with the suit that go along. And it's a nice hobby that has really turned into something that's very nice, because I have families that they brought their little ones to me the first year, and now they follow me year after year after year, because I'm the Santa their little ones know. So they don't believe any Santa until they see me, and then they're okay.
That makes sense.
How long did the beard take to grow? How long did it take to get to that point?
About a year was a solid year to get it to a point, and now I trim it up every fall. It gets a little forming trim. The elves come out and they trim it up really nice, so it's had a little bit round, and then a couple pounds of hairspray on there to keep it there. So yeah, so it stays through the evening or through the event in a general nice shape. So
does Santa use Aquanet?
Santa is that yellow. Something super sticky. It's
super sticky.
Yes, it's there, and it forms and it shellacks, and you could probably drive a nail with it by the time I have enough hairspray on there to make it stand. And then of course the mustache takes a little bit of a hit to give it a curl. So yeah.
I was going to say you have a great mustache too.
Right down to the details. I have some scent that I always don on myself before I go out. It's twisted peppermint.
Wow.
Wow.
Details that you could as deep as you want to. So I always spray my suit, my beard. I mean, the little ones are sitting right here. So it's important that I smell like Christmas, not only look like Christmas. So twisted peppermint is my scent.
That is excellent.
Great to know. That's better than I would thought you were going to say it smells like snow, but that's hard to capture, I think, in a
snow
fragrance.
But I'll the house, the whole house up in the North Pole smells like twisted peppermint when I'm getting ready to go.
That is excellent.
Do you guys also have, because one of the real beard Santas I met was showing me a ring. Do you have a ring?
There's a Santa ring, and there's many kinds of real beard Santas. I mean, I'm more of a traditional one with the red suit, the fur down the center. There are those that have the green vest. There are those that have a very Victorian look. They have the ring, the key, whatever they're into. I'm more of a mall type Santa, so I go more of a traditional look where they're expecting the red suit, the fur in the center. But I do not have the Santa ring. I've got the Santa belt. I don't have the Santa key. I've got the Santa bells. And I've got the Santa stories. So it really falls wherever they play at. I know there's a Santa school up north in the northern United States, maybe around Wisconsin or something, where they actually have Santa school.
Really?
Yes. And they have Santa classes. Everybody dresses up as Santa during their classes, and I think it's about a week-long endeavor, and it makes you, I believe, a certified Santa. I don't know. So yeah, but that's one thing. I've never done that. I've picked up my trade from previously other Santas who I've worked with, who given secrets and tips, and it really boils down to your personality. You've got to have a certain knack with the little ones, and then the medium ones, and the bigger ones, and all the way up to the adults and the people that come from the wine bars that want to sit on Santa's lap to whatever. So.
Do you have, speaking of stories, you said Santa stories, what's like the funniest thing that a kid's asked for? Or on the other end of the spectrum, what's the most touching thing?
Well, the little ones, they ask for all kinds of stuff. And some are like, I don't even understand what you're asking for, but I will see what I can do. So you never make promises to them. You always say, I'll do my best, or that kind of thing. So I do a corporate event for a company here, and I do it every year. And for the last 2 years, there's just been this young lady, probably 12 or 13. And from what I understand, her mother makes the whole family eat very natural, very wholesome stuff. And the only thing she wants on her Christmas list is Skippy peanut butter. She wants to eat real peanut butter. So I talk to her mom, and I say, just get her some peanut butter. She doesn't have doesn't have a nut allergy or anything like that. She just wants to taste real peanut butter. So there's no thing. I had one the other day who wanted a boomerang. Okay, great, a boomerang, sure. And then we have those that are so precise in their details that I want a 30-inch black chrome chair with chrome things that sits at a 40-degree angle, so it has this and forward things so I can play my video game. It's like they've memorized that whole paragraph. They even tell me where they can go. You can get it at Target. It's just right there. So my job really is to pull that out of them so parents hear it, and I'll repeat it a lot of times. Oh, so you need this. So the parents then know what they should be looking for, or that kind of thing. So they understand what is on there. And then I had she was about a 13-year-old girl. I was at a bigger mall, and she was about a 13-year-old girl, and she came up and really sweet, wonderful, wonderful young lady. And all she wanted was her brother back from overseas. He was in the military. Wow. She wanted. That's a tough one. You go, well, I hope, we hope he stays safe and, all this. Well, I didn't know, but he was around the corner. So came around the corner, and it was fantastic. The parents had him there. He was dressed in his dress blues, I guess, whatever was in there. And it was, she just crushed right there. It was awesome.
Oh, wow.
And then I've had The smallest I've had a 3-day-old baby. They came right from the hospital, right to the Santa chair, and wanted their first year picture right then.
With Santa.
With Santa. 3 days old. The little one hadn't even been home yet.
Wow.
Came right to the chair.
Now, you mentioned elves earlier, and one of I don't know if I should call her a producer, editor, whatever, one of the people that helps us with the show, she has a very important question. She wants to know what elves actually look like. Are they more the Keebler elves, or are they little children that you're exploiting?
They're about the height of children. They are about 3 feet, 2.5 to 3 feet. They work all the time. They're a very intricate part of Santa Claus and his factory. We have a very strict diet of this year of just milk and cookies for the month of December. So that's a very important thing. The more milk and cookies I have for them, the harder we hit the deadline. So yes, they're about there. Yeah, they're not real tiny. They're about 2.5 to 3 feet.
So their nutritional requirements are milk and cookies. It seems like their metabolism is different.
Well, much like mine.
I see.
Mrs. Claus, much like Mrs. Claus, she's home right now making cookies for me. So that's all I eat in the month of December, getting prepared for that big night of when it's just milk and cookies throughout the year, except for those rare occasions, maybe when there's, I don't know, pizza, or sometimes there's beef jerky, that kind of thing, just to break it up, a little salt in there to help the sweetness.
What are your favorite cookies if people are going to leave cookies out? What gets on the nice list?
Well, I like chocolate chip. I like cutouts. I like sugar. I like iced. I like the ones.
You like all of them.
Oh, yes. We could go that route too. Yes. I've never met a cookie I didn't like.
Okay, so I have more of a meaning, I guess, a serious question for you. What to you, Santa, is the real meaning of Christmas? What does this time of year mean to you, and especially this year?
To me, I'm selfish at this time of the year. My idea of Christmas have obviously changed from when I started this to now. Right now, my Christmas is very busy. I give up some time with Mrs. Claus and my little ones at that point. So it's a thing. And then when I try to back off, they actually pushed me and said, you know what? You just keep on going with this. You've got too many people asking and wanting this. So for me, the Christmas to me is how many children I can chat to and talk to and just give those few minutes when I'm on the Santa chair. The line is very long, and it's easily a 2-hour wait to see Santa. But when they get there, I give them the time that they want. They are the little ones. They're meeting Santa. They're meeting their superhero. Their most important person, other than their mom and dad, in their life. And I don't rush. I don't rush them through. I don't hold them up, picture, and off they go. They get the time. We talk. If I have to get on the ground so I can get a picture with them, I'll do it. If I have to hide behind a tree and sneak up so they're sitting there, I'll do it. It's whatever it takes to get the shot, the image, the memory, to get the little ones to go, I just met Santa, and just, yes. And then waiting in the 2-hour line is completely erased. I've had a lot of parents and grandparents say, I was upset while I was waiting in line. It was taking too long until I got there. And then I understood.
Yeah, then they get it.
Then they understand I'm not there for the mom and dad. I'm there for the little ones. So they get their time. If it takes me a few extra minutes to coerce their personality out of them, okay. So it takes a few extra minutes.
Excellent.
I love that.
I have a I guess serious question that I was contemplating.
I love Santa's laugh.
Yeah, it's a great laugh. Does being a real bearded Santa and doing this as a hobby, does it affect the way that you think about yourself year round? And like, has it changed you as a person?
Absolutely. Absolutely it does. I'm always aware of my surroundings when it has to do with little ones. Me and Mrs. Claus, we are at a restaurant. And if I notice a little one looking at me, I'll, kind of make eye contact, try to read her thoughts, and then maybe even walk over there and talk with her. And I'll go into my chat with them and because you can always tell when they're looking at you, not just because they're looking at you, but because I think that's him. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm always on, and if I'm somewhere having a more of an adult beverage and I see something like that, I'll make sure it gets pushed off to the side, or I'll hand it to someone else. Then I'll go over and talk to them and that kind of things. But yeah, I have little ones come up all the time, just saying something, or I have a mom or dad come up and say, "Hey, this one's been, she's been beating up on her sister. Can you just kind of give her a little, push to have her stop," that kind of thing. So yeah, it literally happens all year long everywhere. So
that's amazing. I witnessed that when I went with a friend for a birthday party. We went with the real beard Santa who had the wine tour, and it was in the summer. I think it was in May. And I guess because you get so far removed from childhood and you forget the magical kind of the mystical aspect of Christmas maybe. And it just didn't even occur to me that a child might see this guy I was with, because he wasn't dressed like Santa, but they would see him and they would see Santa. They would come up and talk to him.
Yeah. They're comfortable. They know him. They've known him since day one. They don't. And not just the little ones too. There are adults that come up and they'll like, "Hey, I've got stage 4 cancer. Can you pray for me?"
Aww.
No one I've ever met, but when they see you, they see me, they see Santa. I'm not a person anymore to them. I'm Santa. So you just go with it, and that's the craft that you work on is your responses to everything, how you answer everything. And the little ones know they test you. They test you, so you have to be prepared for just about any question that they can think of. Because and there's answers that I use, but then there's answers that they may watch a movie and it means this, but this movie it says something different. So you've got to prepare to, well, that's when I did that in that movie, but this movie I did it this way because of that. Because they're always testing you because in their world this is the right answers. And if your answer doesn't fall in there, you've got to know how to work it out so it gets back into their world. Oh, okay, I see.
What are some of the hardest questions that they've asked you? What are some of the really difficult ones?
Well, they're all over the place. Where's the reindeer? Where's Mrs. Claus? Can you take your hat off? Can you, and there are certain rules. You can't take your hat off. Santa does not take his hat off. That's true. How do you fit down the chimney? How we're going to be on vacation. We're going to be in Florida. Are you going to be able to find me? Of course, you just, all those kind of questions, what is Mrs. Claus, what's her favorite cookie? Are the reindeers male and female? Do they have baby reindeers? Boom, 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 boom. They're just, that's their curiosity. That's their world that they're trying to figure out. Like, hey, what? I want to know this. So, where do you live? How many elves are in charge, there? So I try to work into, if I can listen to the mom and dad as they're coming up, sometimes I'll pick up a clue or a hint. They may say something like, well, now remember your elf, Chuckles has said, something, so that I'll know that Chuckles is their elf.
Oh, that's their elf. I see.
Oh, so now I gave you Chuckles, right? Yeah. Well, me and Chuckles met before the holidays. I always meet the elves before the holidays. Chuckles has told me that you guys have been great all year. You guys are on the nice list. I am so happy for you and proud of you guys. And now you can see Chuckles now, but he's there all year long. So he can tell me how you guys have been all year. So you can go into that. I've got a refrigerator the size of a house in the North Pole, and I have little magnets with all the kids' faces. And when I get their list, I put their list on the refrigerator with the magnets. All the kids walk by, they can see their faces and see their list. So this is all the chatting and talking that I do with them, and it brings them into the world. It immerses them into the whole Santa world, and then they become part of it, and they oh, that's, oh my goodness, and then they start, just totally believing it, and then they're good to go.
I wrote you a letter. Speaking of questions, I wrote you a letter, Santa, 2 years in a row, and I left it with milk and cookies. So one year I asked a bunch of questions like that, and one of the questions was, "How old are you?" And your handwriting was much like my dad's handwriting. It was like an engineer had written it, and you said 2,000 years plus or minus.
And I was correct.
And you were right.
Plus or minus.
Yeah. And I was like, Santa's got a really neat handwriting.
I actually had one of the elves write for me, so yes.
Oh, I see. Okay, because the next year I left you a note, and your handwriting was different. It was cursive, more like my mother's.
Like your mom's, right?
Yeah.
And but you remember that. And that's the whole world that happens once a year for and their parents have a large part to play in this. I mean, they can go with whatever I say and expand on it. When they say, "So Santa, would you like some beer and pizza?" Absolutely, that would be great, because that's what they want to leave out, because that's what they want to eat. So
I like it.
Completely agree. And there's this understanding that Santa cannot bring live pets. So if someone asks for a puppy or a kitten, I'll try to get a quick visual on their parents if they're going, then okay, I'll go with that. So let me see, right, but normally it's like, no puppies. So then I'll say, it's too cold in the North Pole for me to carry live puppies. How about a stuffed animal puppy? That kind of thing. So again,
that makes sense.
Never make promises. Never say I will. This will happen. Say I will try. I will do my best. I'll see what we can do. That kind of thing. And then there's normal just things. There's background checks that the malls do, and then there's simple things like, especially nowadays, with so much things in the news. It's where do you place your hands when you're trying to hold them? It's just all the things. I always keep my hands like fins. So there's not, there's no grabbing or anything of that. So you're doing. It's very important to to make the parents feel comfortable that they're precious item on someone's lap who they don't know.
Yeah.
You want to make sure they're comfortable. So.
Well, speaking of not making promises, I wondered if I could just give you my list. I don't know if Carter has anything on his,
Okay.
But this year, Santa, I would like opportunities for new friends next year, more conversations, opportunities for growth. I would like a little more peace and less polarization politically. And Skippy peanut butter. That's on mine too. I don't know why.
What's something good with peanut butter? Will that be crunchy or smooth?
Smooth.
Okay. Wonderful list. Let me see what we can do. I know exactly which elves are in charge of those bigger items. See if we can make this happen.
Thank you very much.
Well, since Keri had a list, I just have one thing. I'm hoping that maybe tonight around 8 p.m. Pacific, you can have my wife arrive at San Francisco International Airport. Let me know if you can arrange that. I can be there to pick her up.
I will attempt to. This would be great.
Thank you.
I forgot that's tonight. Carter's wife's been in China for a while.
3 months.
Oh,
So
nice.
Santa,
Yeah.
if you can hook that up.
Let's see what we can do. I might maybe no escort.
A
Get
sleigh
the sleigh,
escort.
the reindeer, and we'll see if we can make that landing.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much, Santa, for coming on and doing I know you're very busy this time of year, so I really appreciate it. We're going to put links where people can find you online if you want in the description, but just let people know where they can find you on Twitter or anywhere else online.
Just at DaGrossa, DaGrossa. There's just a big guy walk around with Santa pictures and just enjoying things. Nothing's ever bad on any of my social media sites. It's just all good local promotions and try to make people happy and just get through and try to get through this whole event.
I love that.
Well, thank you, Santa. Merry Christmas to you. And thank you for taking time out to speak with us.
Absolutely. It was wonderful. Wonderful.
Merry Christmas, Santa.
I can tell you guys right now, you two have both made the nice list. Just so
Good.
Wow. I now you just have to spread that word to the rest of the internet community.
It was perfect.
Thanks for watching. If you're new to the channel, we have a deep content library that includes interviews with everyone from Mike Cernovich to Megan Murphy, so go check it out. If you'd like to see more, please consider supporting the show by visiting unsafespace.com/donate. You can find us on all the major social media platforms, at least for now, and you can find a community of like-minded individuals on our Unsafe Space chat on Telegram. See you there.
Warning. This is an unsafe space. Dangerous ideas have been detected. The content of this production has not been authorized by the Cathedral. Pay no attention to it. For your protection, the following co-conspirators have been unpersoned and marked for cancellation. Any association with these individuals will result in placement on the naughty list and a lump of coal. Here's a fun fact. Failing to leave cookies for Santa Claus is now considered a form of fat shaming. If you think about it, no one should be allowed to express opinions. But don't. Think about it, I mean. That's not your job. Thinking has been scientifically proven to be less efficient than compliance. Did you know that distributing presents using a magical sled is unlawful without a valid license and may be subject to taxation? Computer voice Curtis, never mind, that last line is fake news. Please disregard it and return to your safe space immediately. There will be cake.